They taught you that sound is something you hear. They never told you sound is something that builds. Strike one frequency into sand. The particles arrange themselves into a sacred geometry that matches the floor of every cathedral, every pyramid chamber, every temple ceiling constructed before you were born. The ancients were not drawing symbols, they were transcribing what they heard. And the 33rd degree understood something most never will. That is why they swore an oath of secrecy about it. Cymatics is not a theory, it is the repeatable, provable principle that a frequency, when directed with full intention through any medium, arranges matter into geometry. Raise the pitch, the sand becomes a star. Introduce a harmonic, it builds a mandala that mirrors the ceiling of every sacred space on this planet. The rose window was never decoration. The mandala was never art. These were recordings. Civilizations that predate written language etched into stone what they heard, not what they imagined. You were told these were primitive cultures. You were told they were worshiping things you did not understand. The lie is breathtaking in its simplicity because they were not behind you. They were so far ahead of you. You have not caught up. At the threshold they called the 33rd degree, where knowledge ceases to be philosophy and becomes architecture. They understood that what I'm about to tell you, and they elected not to distribute it. The human voice, when it carries the full sovereignty of conviction, operates on a frequency range that does not ask reality to respond. It reorganizes it, not as prayer, not as supplication, as authorship. The program called it song so you would keep it exactly where it could do the least damage, as entertainment, because a sovereign who knows her voice can restructure the dream itself. That sovereign cannot be governed. That sovereign cannot be sold to. That sovereign is the one they built every institution to contain. And because they could not fully suppress the truth, they gave you a substitute, duality, the architecture of opposites, the quiet suggestion that completion is outside you, in a person, in a title, in a future version of yourself you have not yet reached. As long as you are scanning the horizon for something missing, you will not look inward and discover that nothing was ever absent. You arrived whole. Every counterfeit version of awakening depends entirely on your willingness to believe something is incomplete. That is not philosophy. That is a containment strategy, and they have been running it since before you took your first breath. Here's what they never wanted you to discover. You did not arrive in this reality to find the frequency. You did not come here to ascend toward it. You are the Cymatics experiment. Every word you have ever spoken in full presence, the kind of conviction that bypasses the thinking mind entirely, did not describe a reality you wanted. It formed one. The 33rd degree suppressed this for one reason, and it was never about keeping a secret. It was about ensuring you never realized that the voice you have carried since your first breath does not negotiate with the dream. It commands it. If you felt this not as information but as validation, comment Cymatics below. The living dream is listening. And subscribe. Gratitude, joy, abundance, health, and prosperity to you.